of the commercialized American pizza chain revolution, only one name comes to mind as the Godfather: the one and only Pizza Hut. Undoubtably, Pizza Hut reigned supreme as the blueprint for other major pizza chains that came afterwards, such as Domino's, Little Caesars, Papa John's, and many others. This American brand rightfully stands among other American iconic greats such as McDonald's, Ford Motors, Google, and Coca-Cola, to name a few. Pizza Hut took an American favorite food, mass-produced it, and made billions of dollars. What's more American than that? So how did it all go wrong? Let's talk about it. We can't discuss Pizza Hut without talking about the introduction of pizza to the American public. Pizza arrived in the United States in the early 20th century, along with waves of Italian immigrants who settled primarily in the large cities of the Northeast. It got a boost both in popularity and regional spread after soldiers stationed in Italy returned from World War II. During the latter half of the 20th century, pizza became an iconic dish of considerable acceptance in the United States. Numerous regional variations have evolved, with many bearing only a casual resemblance to the Italian original. The first pizza restaurant in the US was started by Lombardi's. Lombardi's opened in New York City's Little Italy in 1905, producing a Neapolitan-style pizza. Distinct regional pizza styles began to develop in the 20th century, in areas such as Buffalo, California, Chicago, Detroit, New York, and St. Louis. These regional variations include deep dish, stuffed, pockets, turnovers, rolls, and pizza on a stick, each with several combinations of sauce and toppings. 13% of the United States population consumes pizza on any given day. Tens of thousands of restaurants, food stands, chains such as Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and chilled or frozen pizzas from supermarkets make pizza readily available both to diners and at home to consumers nationwide. Pizza Hut was founded in 1958 by brothers Dan and Frank Carney. Their hometown of Wichita, Kansas was the birthplace of the most powerful pizza brand in America. When a friend suggested opening a pizza parlor, then a rarity, they agreed that the idea could prove successful, and they borrowed $600 from their mother to start a business with partner John Bender. Renting a small building at 503 South Bluff in downtown Wichita, Kansas, and purchasing secondhand equipment to make pizzas, the Carney brothers and Bender opened the first Pizza Hut restaurant. The first logo created for the brand was Pizza Hut Pete. The mascot was a plucky little Italian cartoon man who stood as the product pitchman for the company. His image was plastered on storefronts and standing signs, on cups, and even made into a kid's toy. On opening night, the founders gave pizza away to encourage a community interest. A year later, in 1959, Pizza Hut was incorporated in Kansas, and Dick Haser opened the first franchise unit in Topeka. In the early 1960s, Pizza Hut grew on the strength of aggressive marketing of the pizza restaurant idea. In 1962, the Carney brothers bought out the interest held by Bender, and Robert Chisholm joined the company as treasurer. In 1966, when the number of Pizza Hut franchise units had grown to 145, a home office was established to coordinate the businesses from Kansas. By the year 1963, a mere 5 years after the initial store was opened, Pizza Hut was able to hire George Lindstrom, a world-renowned architect, to come up with and implement a unified design language to take the brand to the next level. A couple of years later, in 1967, the company got rid of Pizza Hut Pete and introduced the now iconic lettering and red roof construction of their restaurants. This design language was highly successful and partly responsible for the growth of the company experienced in the 70s and 80s. In 1971, Pizza Hut became the world's largest pizza chain according to sales and number of restaurants. At that time, Pizza Hut had more than 1,000 stores in all. This success was due in part to their corporate-owned stores and franchise locations. A year later, in 1972, the chain gained a listing on the New York Stock Exchange. Pizza Hut also achieved for the first time a $1 million sales week in the American market. In 1977, Pizza Hut merged with PepsiCo, becoming a division of the global soft drink and food conglomerate. Sales that year grew to $436 million. Also, a new $10 million headquarters opened in Kansas as well. PepsiCo had clearly seen potential in Pizza Hut. People continued to eat outside their homes, especially as convenience and price competitiveness in the fast food industry gained attractiveness. With this new influx of cash, Pizza Hut quickly expanded their footprint. In 1984, Steve Reinemund was appointed president and chief executive officer of Pizza Hut. He oversaw a period of unprecedented growth for the pizza chain. The pizza brand grew massively on both national and international levels. In 1986, Pizza Hut opened its 5,000th franchise unit in Dallas, Texas, and began its successful home delivery service. By the 1990s, the delivery and carry-out business had grown to account for approximately 25% of the company's total sales. Despite this effort in the economic recession of the early 1990s, Pizza Hut continued to profit. Company sales at the pizza chain were up 10% worldwide to $5.3 billion in 1991. A year later, PepsiCo's corporate sponsorship of Pizza Hut included funding for the Book It program, which was a national reading incentive program that encouraged higher literacy rates among young people. The reward for better reading ability was free pizza at any Pizza Hut location. In 1992, the Book It program involved more than 17 million students in North America alone. And Pizza Hut received letters of endorsement that year from President George Bush and Secretary of Education Lamar Alexander. Around this time, Pizza Hut was riding high on its year-after-year success. However, just like the Titanic, an iceberg was around the corner, and Pizza Hut had not prepared for this collision. For a long time, Pizza Hut was the major player in the world of pizza. Additionally, they had such a powerful parent company in PepsiCo to fuel their massive growth. Keep in mind, under the PepsiCo restaurant division, Pepsi also owned Kentucky Fried Chicken Corporation and Taco Bell. Collectively, this division of PepsiCo was valued above $20 billion at that time. With such resources at their disposal, their growth was inevitable. By the early 2000s, the pizza market was no longer growing. The only way Pizza Hut could maintain their success was to maintain their market share. However, with brands such as Domino's, Papa John's, and Little Caesars, this was nearly impossible. By 2008, Domino's and Papa John's had taken over what was once Pizza Hut's domain by perfecting mobile ordering and partnering with food delivery apps to keep business booming. Pizza Hut competitors offered better discounts, deals, and loyalty programs than Pizza Hut, which failed to roll out similar promotions on the same scale. Also, a big part of Pizza Hut's brand was the dine-in option. During their rise, this was a very attractive option for customers. Most families during that time prioritized having family dinner together. This option in Pizza Hut's heyday accounted for about 10% of sales. However, fast forward to 2021, most consumers do not eat their pizza in the restaurant. They prefer to take it home and eat it in the comfort of their recliner while watching TV. In 2019, Pizza Hut announced it would be closing 500 stores. It was also revealed that most of the closures were their in-store eateries. Pizza Hut also added they're slated to replace them with their express locations, which are Pizza Hut locations that do not offer in-store dining. A recent survey was completed on Americans to get a sense of their pizza preferences, and a clear winner emerged among adults who enjoy chain pizza to some degree. More than one-third of adults favored Pizza Hut, with the ever-evolving Domino's clocking in with 27% support. Papa John's and Little Caesars, not to be overshadowed, drew in a smaller chunk of the pie, with less than 1/4 of Americans preferring each of them. Millennial adults gravitated to Pizza Hut because it was such a big part of their childhood, which gave them a sense of nostalgia. Gen Z Americans are significantly more likely to rank Domino's as their favorite pizza chain. And although Pizza Hut over-indexes among Americans aged 35 and older, it's the least popular choice among the youngest adults. Papa John's is remarkably steady across age groups, but Little Caesars does especially well with Americans aged 25 to 34. Another issue for Pizza Hut is their failure to innovate compared to its competitors. These days, the chain rarely has new items on the menu, when in the past, food scientists would help trot out new popular products. Gone are the days of the signature cheeseburger pizza or the stuffed crust pizza, which revolutionized the fast food pizza industry. At this point, it appears Pizza Hut has lost its way. In an ever-crowded field of fast food options with catchy jingles, funny commercials, and signature branding, honestly, Pizza Hut doesn't stand out anymore. It's one of the restaurants that's kind of just there, and we always expect it to be there even if we don't frequent the restaurant. Domino's revenue is still outpacing Pizza Hut, which is causing Pizza Hut to lose the pizza war. However, Pizza Hut is still fighting to be the top dog in this fight. In 2021, Domino's number of store locations were 6,560. However, by the end of 2022, Pizza Hut had regained their lead with 6,623 stores. With all that being said, the pizza wars are not over, and it's not too late for the chain to reverse the trend in revenue growth and stagnation. I believe a big part of their reemergence lies within their ability to create viral content on social media that will make people want to try their food again. Like the Popeyes chicken sandwich when it first came out. Pizza Hut has to come out with new menu items and market as if their lives depended on it. They've made attempts to do this in the past with no success, so I don't know how much faith I have in their future attempts. Hopefully they'll eventually make progress in the right direction. Let me know in the comments what you think about Pizza Hut and how they've changed over the years. Has your perception of them changed? Do you even like their pizza? Or do you prefer one of their competitors? Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe for more company documentary videos, and be sure to like the video as well. See you in the next video, Just Brand Gang.